Well, anyways, I'm with Gabe Broussard, and he's going to be performing here at Broussard's. And I understand that there's no relationship between you and the Broussards.
Nah, possibly. Maybe. We don't know for
Maybe.
sure yet. We don't know for sure yet.
You got a
We got to
long.
do some ancestry.
Now, listen. Things have been busy for you since you got off of the TV show The Voice, and
Sure.
that must have been quite an experience for you, right?
Oh yeah, it was definitely quite a ride. Just being there and getting that experience has definitely helped me with not only my performance but just also my people skills and just all kinds of different things, like getting to become friends with all the other contestants. They don't really show how close you become with them, but that's honestly the hardest part of the show is having to leave your friends that you make, because you're in a hotel with them for months at a time, and you just get to know people so well that we just become like family.
Now, have you stayed in touch with any of them since you left the show?
Yeah, we actually had two reunion shows, one in Nashville and one in Lafayette, where a couple of the contestants, we all got together, and we did a few shows at a couple local venues and stuff. And we still, from to this day, my friend Riley Elmore, he was on my season. His mom just came down on a work venture, and she just came visit us, came had dinner. It's just like old times.
Uh-huh. Now, when you were on the show, you were going to Catholic high school and you were playing football, and now because of your popularity and having to travel around and perform, you've had to switch over to being homeschooled, right?
Yes, sir. I just started homeschool for my junior year to be able to travel and do music a little bit more full time. Because
Now, tell everybody about the new music that you guys have written and that you're presently recording.
Okay. Yeah, so my band Strange Theories, we just recently dropped our second EP called This Is For You, and you can find that on Spotify, iTunes. And I'm actually in the process of cutting my own record as Gabriel, and that'll be dropping as soon as I can get my artwork done, hopefully August 2018.
Okay. Do you plan on doing the duel with the band and solo, or do you plan on just eventually just being solo, or do you not know?
Wherever God takes it.
Um, I understand that a lot of people may not know this, but besides playing guitar, you also play keyboards.
Yes, sir. I like play keyboards, and I'm also wanting to learn a few other instruments before I get a little bit older. I want to learn how to play drums. And our drummer, he leaves his drum set at my house all the time, so I just go in and jam whenever I want. And I can play a tiny bit of bass. I'm actually probably gonna play a bass song tonight. So
Cool, cool. Can you tell everybody what kind of equipment you use?
well, my electric guitar rig consists of a Gibson 2016 traditional Les Paul, and I run through a blues driver on my pedal board, and I have an MXR chorus and a Hall of Fame reverb pedal, and then I run through a Vox AC15 for my amplifier, and for my acoustic guitar, I use a Martin DCPA 4. Yeah, I think that's it. Martin DCPA 4, and then for my mics, I just run through good old Shores.
Sure, SM58.
No, I use the Beta
The Beta
Beta
one?
58.
Okay, Beta 58. How about strings? Do you use Ernie Ball strings?
Oh, I do not use any ball strings.
Okay.
I use GHS.
Oh, GHS. Okay, great. Uh, what type of keyboards do you have at home? Is it just a regular piano, or is it electronic?
Well, my grandma, she had moved in with us at one time, and she brought her upright piano into the house. So that's how I kind of started playing piano. She kind of used to tape the letters, the notes on the piano.
Yeah, the CD.
Yeah. She used to tape those on there, so I would know how to play. And she taught me Heart and Soul. That was the first one we ever did. We did a duet to that. And but with my band, I use a Yamaha MOXF8
Okay.
piano, and I just have like another little MIDI controller because I at times I do a
Yeah.
little bit of
Yeah.
self-production. Just a few.
Do you plug that into your computer and do that?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like a little Alesis V49 little MIDI controller, just to, if I have an idea or something, I'll just go to my keyboard and I'll just kind of jot it out And that way, instead of having to record it on like a voice memo on my phone or something, I use Reason, the recording software. And anytime I have an idea, I can just go plot it out and just play it on the computer.
Do you use Mac or PC?
Mac.
Okay.
I just recently switched to Mac because my PC had been crashing on me. So my dad over there, I gave him my Windows computer, and I switched over to Mac, and I spent about every last dime of my money on that. So I'm just kind of building up from the bottom right now.
Well, it'll be worthwhile because I switched over to Mac, and I will never go back. I don't care what anybody says.
It's so much easier. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's just so much more user-friendly.
Yeah, especially for video, for music, for writers.
And then faster.
Faster, too. Listen, tell me a little bit about your songwriting. When did you first start wanting to write songs? Do you remember how old you were?
Yeah, actually, right when I had gone to L.A. for The Voice, I had been staying with all these people, and they were all writing all these songs. And I was like, well, I guess I should probably write some of that too, So I got there, and I was just talking to them about like what they did to write music, like what was their process,
their
like
style, right?
Yeah, what was their style, and just getting a little bit of everybody, and like just the general consensus from everybody, because everybody in their own personality has their own style, just naturally. So the general consensus between everybody was, they said, your style is going to be your style. Just write about something that you really were passionate about, and then your style will come from that. So that's what I did, and I wrote my first 3 songs in 1 week while I was in LA.
Really, just real fast, you popped them out.
Yeah, and that was like the only time I've done that, because lately I've been focusing more on writing, but I've also been doing a lot of ministry work and a lot of shows and live performances. So there's been like in between stages where I can get a lot of stuff done, but there's also stages to where I'm really focused on other things, and I just going back and forth right now. I'm a little sporadic.
Yeah. Do you find when you're writing that you do the music first and then you come up with the lyrics, or do you write the lyrics first and then feel the music?
Yeah, well, it really depends. Sometimes I'll do music first. If I come up with like a really, really catchy riff on the guitar, I'll keep that, and I'll try to write a melody that goes with it. But almost always it comes from a line. Like I'll come up with a chorus line. If I come up with a hook line, that's how I know I can create a catchy song, because if you come up with a catchy hook and you always come back to that in the end of the chorus, that's what pulls them in, and you have a really catchy song when you have a good hook line, So.
Absolutely, and learning how to play drums is going to help you there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think so.
Okay, well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me and talk to our viewers here in Navarre.
Yeah.
And everybody, this is Gabe Broussard, if I didn't mention his name before. He will be performing here July 4th, and also look for his music on iTunes and other places, and I'm looking forward to following your career.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank y'all.